I was foster adopted. I was put into the foster care when I was 3 years old, and I was adopted later on when I was around 10. So after high school, I started going to college, and I had my first child at that time. And everything was getting too emotional for me with work and college and doing the single mom thing. So when my mom asked to take care of my child longer than anticipated, she insisted that she were to adopt him because she was helping me take care of him. And I was not allowing that, and I didn't know what I could do. So my thoughts were, I need a lawyer. And the fastest way I can get a lawyer is with money. And the fastest way to get money was to prostitute. That's the way I saw it, and that's the only way I knew it. I didn't know about opportunities as far as resources from the city. I didn't want to make it a 24/7 thing. I was going to school trying to do the right thing, but my income was really low, and I still needed help getting extra stuff that I needed, and I couldn't ask anybody for any help that I knew of in the city. The man, because there was a man and a woman, they tracked where I lived by pretending to set up a date. I was approached by, I was basically ambushed by them. They saw me from afar. They saw my routine. They saw I had a child. They saw that I had things going for myself and that I had my own place. They basically pounced like a lion would on its prey. Most of my day would be pertaining to not having my son and working, because you can't have your kid while you're working, so they took him. First thing I would do is work, and they would have him. I would come back to the house, freshen up, be with him for only a couple hours, and then go back out in the afternoon, and then I would not see him until nighttime. They used my son as bait. So if I wanted him, I would have to do something for it. There was no getting around anything. If I wasn't at my apartment, they would know, because they would pop up, and he would have her randomly stop by, or he would himself. I felt this thing inside of me that it was getting dangerous. There was something saying, they're gonna hurt you, and they're not gonna care, because you know what? As long as they get their money, that's all that matters. They don't care if I hurt you and you can't take care of your son because you're so injured. And I felt it coming. He got aggressive with me, and I felt soon he was gonna have her start doing the same damage. So one day when I was on the track, I realized, I was like, I'm done. So that night, I packed up when they brought my baby back. I started packing. About 30-45 minutes later, I left my apartment and everything in it, and I didn't go back. So I walked down the street away from my apartment and away from the area, and I hid in the back of a parking lot. It was dark, there was trees, and there was the business was closed. So, and it was like a mile away from where I lived, around the corner of a busy street. So there was nobody looking for me there. And I told my neighbor where I was, because her husband picked me up and brought me out to another shelter. And I stayed there for the night. I told him that I'm trying to escape and that I need to be in a safe place. It's when he went over to his phone, called Breaking the Chains, and let them know that they have a lady here who has a child.
What is the victim's name?
Who is escaping and who was scared to leave. And so I'm glad when that phone call came and those words were coming out, I felt so much better. I just look at my son every day, and I'm glad that I did it, because he's really happy. Majority of the day he's happy, and that's something that wouldn't have happened if I didn't escape. Like if I didn't choose to call people and let them know, like, this is what's going on and I have to leave. Without that, this wouldn't be happening. I don't even know if I would have him or if I would be here for him. I feel better about my life because I'm going on a path that it's more healing for me, and it's giving me more peace.